What's up, everybody? I'm Goku, and I'm bringing you guys the semi-final part of What If Goku Fused with Shenron. Now, I know you guys are wondering, why am I actually doing the semi-final part? Or is supposed to be more parts? Well, to play it simply, Goku became too overpowered for me to even try to make up some characters to practically fit in the story. So, Goku was just too overpowered for this timeline, so I'm just making things a little bit more interesting, with a little bit more plot, and a little bit much more excitement if you guys want to know. Now, of course, a quick recap of what happened in the previous video. We took, of course, training and eventually growing stronger, and eventually hit is actually hard by an unknown figure. That unknown figure wants Goku dead, so can practically steal the power that Goku possesses of Shenron. We don't know anything about this now as an unknown figure, but we all know that it can increase the power of any being to even match that of a gods of destruction, or even angels. Who this powerful being may be, well, we just have to find out. Of course, Goku would have been finding Hit, and now we get on from what the previous video ended, with Goku and Hit preparing to fight one another. Of course, the other Z-Fighters would have actually seen Goku and Hit fighting and to try to actually help Goku, but Goku tells them to not come close, or he will use his time skip to practically kill them, since he is much more faster than all of them, and Goku is much more faster. So it will most likely be practically a joke for them to even join in. Of course, which is kind of hurt. His price kind of hurt, but he realized where Goku is actually coming from. He realized that Goku means that if they even try to attack Hit, it will most likely lead to their death. So best way, if they are practically on the back front, if he falls and the kid is exhausted, they must take the chance of ending him quickly. Which Vegeta and Raz understand, and also the other Z-Fighters as well, is to stay on the back, but do keep on watch on Goku. They of course don't like Goku wants to get ill to his own, but they're still kind of worried. Vegeta specifically because he doesn't know if this Hit fella might be even stronger than Goku, or if not even worse, if he has the same powers as Goku. Which Vegeta fears that this battle may be incredibly even, if not even on his favor, because he can control time, while Goku still cannot even do that yet. Of course, we should be watching from his staff, seeing the entire thing. We should of course wonder if Goku became strong enough to practically even surpass him and maybe even his father, the Grand Priest, the Dai Shinken. But of course, we should think to himself that only time will tell. But now we're turning to a battle as Goku and him will rush against one another. They begin to clash. It seemingly the power between both of them was immense. Goku would have pushed him back, but told him that no matter what he does, he will just overpower him using the power that he has gained thanks to Shenron. Of course, he tells him that the unknown figure did warn him, so he was able to be prepared himself. There is of course wondering what he means as he pulls out a dark scepter. Goku still feels what the dark scepter does, but you see he feels immense pain in his head as Goku holds his head, screaming in pain. He explains to Goku that this staff practically nullifies all the ability of the Dragon Balls that are fused within him, meaning that Shenron's ability would not be used by Goku. He would just have to rely on his pure power and skill without even utilizing the power of the Dragon Balls. Goku, of course, will grunt, but he ilters the pain as he would then glare at Hit, with it glaring back as they both rush against one another. In immense speed, they clash as their clash could be heard from the entire Universe 7. As they continue to clash, it seemed like there was no end to anything. It seems that they're both evenly matched, where everyone could not even tell if there was even a close-up. Even in close-up, they could not even tell if Goku is an overpowering Hit or it was the opposite. The battle would have continued to go on, seemingly almost endless. It seemed like nobody was actually going to win. No matter how hard they tried to find out who the winner will be, it seemed that it could not be even tell because of the immense speed and power both warriors possess. But we do see a closer look up as Goku actually started to overpower Hit slightly. Even though it's slightly, Goku knows that he was able to overpower Hit. Because of practically Goku getting used to the Dragon Balls, he was also able to require immense amounts of stamina. Means that he will most likely be able to outlast Hit while draining his stamina. Meaning that he will just drain his stamina trying to utilize his time skip. But of course, he is not a fool and he will realize Goku's plan. Of course, he will try to go into different areas so he can recover a little bit and then fight again. But Goku will not let him do that until he use Kai Kai, which is an ability that he will most likely be able to learn after fusing with Shenron. Since Shenron was able to grant multiple other wishes, so he will most likely know a lot of things, even not even including the Kais. So yeah. But of course, Goku used Kai Kai to teleport in front of him and kick him away. He will be launched back as he will be shocked by the power and speed that Goku possesses. Goku will, of course, start to pummel him down to the ground as he will start to get all power a lot more. Goku has to practically use the technique that he was able to learn thanks to Shenron as Goku shouts Kaioken times 20. increasing his power, and eventually able to practically stop him from time skipping, making Goku a lot faster than time itself, making just Goku to be even stronger than Hit, and eventually defeating him. Of course, Hit most would have died because of Goku's immense blows, so he would have died because of it. Of course, Goku wanted to revive him, but because of the Dark Scepter still being with Hit, he could not do that. So he would destroy the Scepter, and eventually his body will also disappear. For some strange unknown reason, his body would have turned to dust and eventually would fly away, with Goku being confused as the Dark Scepter would have been destroyed. Goku, of course, will be pondering of how this Dark Scepter was practically even made. Goku wishes to know about the Dark Scepter, and eventually his powers were able to grant him a vision of a dark dragon, one with incredible red hair. It seemed almost gigantic in size, almost close to the size of Super Shenron. And Super Shenron and this dragon would have fought, with Zalama finding another being covered in a dark cloth as they both will fight, with the being having red eyes as it shouts to Zalama, "I will not lose to you, brother. No matter what you do, I'll bring chaos in this entire multiverse. No matter what you do, I will live." As he rolls those words, as a flash of light appears, and seemingly the vision of Goku ends. Seemingly as Goku is in shock. That being, could it be? He was the Brahma Zalama. What were they fighting? Was he the one who caused this? Goku is pondering a lot of questions, but eventually Zalama will start to actually talk to him through a mind link, with him telling Goku as he was able to show his wish. Yes, Goku, that was my brother a long time ago. He was known as Dark. Dark was once a Namekian like me, but eventually we both became Namekian gods. But because of me being much more on the side of good, he was on the side of evil. He was practically so filled with power, he wanted more. He wanted more. He wanted destruction of everything, and only he will be the most powerful being. I tried to reason to him multiple times, many years, if not even a millennia past, but he never listened to me. And eventually he wanted to even extinguish our own race, and not even the dragon race itself. I did not allow him to do that. And eventually me and my creation Super Shenron started a fight, a battle between him and his dark Shenron, which is much stronger than Shenron that you know, alongside Porunga and Tarambo, which will mean that he's miles way stronger. Duke, of course, will be in shock. How did Dark actually escape, or did Zama defeat him or not? Zama explained to Goku that a long time ago, both him and Dark were practically linked to one another. If one of them dies, then the other will as well. But eventually Dark separated that link, making it only if Zama dies, Dark will live. But if Dark dies, so will Zama die. But Zama was able to make so the Super Dragon Ball was able to even be active even after his own death, which is a much more better case, just in case. Goku would be happy to know that Zama has actually been preparing himself as well. Zama would also explain to Goku that Dark was also able to create things which are known as Dark Scepters, which can practically nullify the ability of any Dragon Ball no matter which type it is. Only the Super Dragon Balls cannot be affected by those things, because Dark must be the only one who can do that, to practically nullify the effects of the Super Dragon Balls itself, because the staffs are practically made of pieces of himself and his negative energy, meaning that only people with negative energy can practically utilize those staffs. And since he was practically chosen by Dark, he would most likely find much more people to find with Dark Hearts to utilize those things. Goku would have told Zama that he is ready to train with him. Zama tells Goku that he knows he's ready, and now it's time for him to teach him the technique of the angels, Ultra Instinct. And Goku agrees. Eventually Goku trains with Zama for a full 5 years. In these 5 years, Goku is fully able to master Ultra Instinct, complete control over it, and is able to fully control it. Goku has now fully mastered Ultra Instinct and can even utilize its power in base. Because this, Goku is now miles away stronger than even his other counterparts who had got here early or much more. But yeah, because of this, of course, Goku will be miles away stronger. Of course, you also would have trained everyone and help them master God Ki. Eventually, everyone will be able to get Super Saiyan God and below, with the Saiyans growing immensely stronger while Goku still being the strongest. Goku, of course, will still continue to train and increase his power. Similarly, he will not actually hold back anything. Goku will still continue to train and increase his power. And Goku, of course, will still take care of Gohan, and eventually will be able to help him actually achieve Super Blue Evolution and master it. Goku also would have focused on Gohan to try to achieve Master Ultra Instinct. And since Goku was fully mastered it, he's able to practically teach some of the basics to Gohan. He also practically taught him how to use some of the basics of Ultra Instinct and eventually utilize them all better. because this Gohan was able to get Ultra Instinct Augment. By the time Majin Buu arriving, Dooku would easily able to overpower Majin, leaving nothing of him behind as he's defeated. And eventually, Beerus would have woken up a lot earlier on because of the immense power that Goku was releasing just in his base, with Beerus having to train with Whis to partly face off against Goku when he is ready. But guys, this is the end for this part. I'll see you guys in the finale. Sayonara.